Hey, so this is my cat. I'm out of breath. This is my cat. This is Sunny. Sunny does not like this part of our relationship. She does not like me too much. Actually, she loves me, but she's not a cat that likes to be touched. Today, I'm talking about loyalty and how to gain it and earn it, in my opinion. So, I'm going to let Sunny go because this is not something that made her loyal to me. I think if I continued to pick her up all the time, I think she would avoid me like the plague because I'm not giving her what she needs in our relationship. What she wants me for is just to feed her, scratch her behind the ear while she's laying in the spot that she likes. She does not like to be picked up. So, anyways, all besides the point. Today I was thinking about, I was actually reading Seth Godin, I think that's his name, on my iPad. What I really like from my iPad is the ability to read, and it's big time information overload. I have about 50 different blogs that I follow now, mostly dental, and but there's lots of other interesting stuff, technology and latest news and stuff. Anyways, in the article I was reading on, I actually loaded it up on Blog Shelf, and Seth had talked about some loyalty ish things, and it just gets my mind thinking. And I was thinking that loyalty is a hard thing to gain and easy to lose. And I was thinking about it specifically, trying to think about it in my analogy point of view from a dental sales guy's point of view. And I was going to write a story about gaining your loyalty to me as a sales guy. But I thought actually this works in pretty much any type of relationship that we're in. Doesn't matter what we're doing, if it's to our boss, to our spouse, to a patient. Loyalty is really hard to gain and it's easy to lose. Sometimes I get a little frustrated with the way people market, and they suck you into, and we're all tempted to fall for this, but and sometimes it's what you need to do in order to get to know somebody. But the flowers and the chocolates thing, so sometimes you need to do that initially when you're starting your relationship. But the way I look at things, if you're not willing to give the flowers and chocolates for the rest of your relationship, don't bother giving them to begin with. So I don't believe in the get them in the front door with a really good price and then they'll just become a loyal customer. They'll find out how good you are. I think you should constantly have a good price on something and always reward your best relationships. So that can be always bringing your wife flowers and chocolates, and it can be always giving your customers whatever best deal you're offering to new customers. Your current customers should also be able to get, your current patients should be able to take advantage of that special bleaching incentive that you've offered to new patients. Why does that have to apply to people you've never had in your office who you don't know? So anyways, I was thinking about gaining the loyalty. Keeping it is way harder. Once a person gets to know you, you have to work hard to maintain that relationship. Any of us that are in relationships with others, significant other, understand that can't always just take everything for granted. As soon as you start to take things for granted, doesn't it seem like things start to fall apart? I see this in my own opinion. I think people get so selfish in their lives that they wonder what's in it for them. They go home and the supper's not on the table and they have to make supper again tonight. And they seem to be doing all the chores around the house and the other person isn't giving anything. Sometimes these relationships, I think you get what you give. And sometimes if you feel, especially once you get to that point where you feel like you're giving everything and the other person isn't giving anything back, maybe are you at that point where you're not understanding what the other person really wants? It's a question. I'm not the most perfect. I don't have the perfect relationship with anybody. I think it's human nature that we all get to a point where we're a little bit greedy and a little selfish. We want more for ourselves, and sometimes we feel like we're giving a lot more than we're receiving. So I struggle with it myself, but I always try to go back to my initial thought. What's that other person need out of this relationship? What am I missing? And I think a key is communication, talking to that other person in the relationship. Sometimes, no matter how awkward it is, sometimes that person doesn't want to tell you what they're missing out on in the relationship because maybe they think that you can't provide it. And you know what? Maybe you can't always provide it. Maybe you can't make everybody happy. Especially in a newer relationship, it's kind of like you're dating for the first 6 months. And I always think of this, my analogy too. You get them in the front door and you give them a really good deal. They find out a few months down the road that this isn't for them. That's not the relationship that they thought it would be. They get thrown into the mix just like everybody else and get the same treatment as everybody else. The crowd that they're hanging with isn't the crowd that they want to hang with. It's not new and exciting and fun anymore. So you gotta keep at it. You gotta keep working at it. You have to, in order to keep loyalty, I think you have to keep working at it. I think what doesn't work is those initial offers, the fake and insincere gratuities. Another thing I think really gets in the way, and I said this, it's selfish and greed, but it can be ego because you think you're so good. And all these things I'm saying, by the way, are me. I am there and I've been there. So I'm not talking about something that I think I am better than everybody else. I'm not. I keep letting my ego get in the way because I do this writing thing, and I provide some work with some companies and provide some answers in marketing. And I think sometimes my ego gets in the way. I'm not good enough to say that nobody deserves me. So I don't know if that came across right, but basically sometimes I've gone and thought, why should I go call on this customer? Like they don't deserve me. That's not the truth. The truth is I'm not, if there's a customer that isn't getting what they need from me, it's just a relationship that's not going to work. For every customer that I have that we're not seeing eye to eye, that maybe they split their business 5 different ways, I'm not giving them what they need. It's not my style. It doesn't make me happy and keeps me up at night. I'm going to start to cut those relationships out of my life. I'll give them the first little while to try to improve. I'll do my very best, but I'll never let my ego get in the way. I'm never better than my relationship. I always can work harder to improve at it and give the other person in the relationship what they need. Try to not let the ego get in the way. Try. It's hard. Especially the more relationships you have, you feel like you're actually giving people everything they want and nobody can ever give you what you want. Not right. And again, there's some points, there's billions of people in this world. Not everybody thinks like you do, so you can't have all of it. Another thing I thought I could make, my goal in life was to prove that theory wrong. Try to make everybody happy. Don't think it can happen. So again, this goes with my initial philosophies of competing and trying to be the best you that you can be, not trying to be anybody else. Just like a lot of stuff I'm saying in here, a lot of this stuff you're going to think is crap. Some of it you're going to take to heart and you're going to go, wow, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's all about being the best you, not the best me. So at the end of my blog, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out DMDrep.com, and peace and love. Take care.